let's look at how we can design, create and build our own 3D models. I'm going to use an app called Gravity Sketch, and it's free to download on your iPad. When you open up Gravity Sketch, you will see there's three key areas. The first area is where you can learn how to use the application. The second one is where you can sketch your own 3D models, and your gallery is where you can save all your 3D models. You can then save them and export them, or save them to edit them at a later date. When you're in the Learn area, you will see it's broken down into bite-sized chunk videos. These are particularly useful when working with learners. When you open up the application, you will then see there's a toolbar down the left-hand side. Let's have a look at the toolbar in some detail. The first one is how you can create your own unique 3D shapes. The next one is how you can create 3D shapes from a bank of tools that are already there. The next one is your line tool, filled line tool, symmetry line tool, symmetry filled line tool, the thickness of your line, the shape of your line, the colour, and you can enable a grid feature. This is particularly useful when drawing straight lines or geometric shapes. On the right-hand side, you can see this icon here allows you to move the base plate. That's really nice when you're trying to layer different shapes onto your model. You can also flit from edit mode to 3D mode by clicking on this icon at the top right-hand side. At the bottom right-hand side is your timeline. This is how you can go through everything you've created on your model and delete any aspects. You'll also see another navigation opens up on the right-hand side. This is where you can create your new models. You can save your models. You can also access your gallery. And you can also view your models in 2D and augmented reality. Please remember, when you're using the Gravity Sketch app on your iPad, all iPads have the ability to screen record the process. That means your learners can capture the process of creating their 3D model, but also the all-important capture pupil voice along the way. The file automatically saves into your camera roll that can then be saved and shared with a wider audience. So my inspiration is the Mary Quant shop thing link. You've all got the access to the thing link in this webinar. I particularly liked this bag here, and I would like to replicate that using the Gravity Sketch application. So without any further ado, I'm going to stop my presentation and I'm going to mirror my iPad onto the screen so you can see how I'm using the Gravity Sketch app. I'm now going to open up the Gravity Sketch app. I'm going to jump into Sketch because I'm ready to draw my Mary Quant handbag. This is my blank canvas, my base plate. I can start creating my design. On the left-hand side, I'm going to leave it on the 3D tool. You can see there's different shapes I can choose from, but I'm going to leave it on circle. I'm going to leave it on black because that's the main colour of the handbag. So let's start creating it. I remember there's white trim around the edges of the bag, so I'm just going to add the white edges on just now. And now I can use this tool here to flip into 3D mode so I can see how my bag is coming together. I'm quite happy with that, so I'll use the 3D icon again to go back into edit mode. And this time I'm going to use the base plate adjuster. So I'm just going to move my base plate so my flower design for my handbag can sit on top of the handbag. I'm going to use the symmetry line tool, use quite a thick pen, leave it on white because I'm going to draw the 6 petals. Just going to delete the last one and do it again. That's it, because I wanted them to meet at the end. So I'm happy with the petals. I now need to make the black pollen in the middle. So let's select the color black, make sure it's on a single line tool, not the symmetry one, and pop it in the middle. So now when I look at my bag in 3D mode, I can see now my flower design is sitting on top of the bag. I'm now going to use 2 fingers to drag the bag down a bit on my canvas, ready to add the strap. Let's just make sure it's in the middle there. Perfect. I'm now ready to draw the strap, but I'll need to remember to move where my base plate sits because the strap will sit in the middle of my design. So now I'm going to select the symmetry line tool again, make sure it's quite thin and select grey because in the picture I'm sure it was a grey colour. And now I'm ready to draw the strap of my bag. I would like to add some flower designs just to really bring my model to life. So again, I'm going to go back into my symmetry line tool, make sure it's relatively thick, white for my petals. Be slightly thinner for this one's. And then the black pollen in the middle. And because I'm using the symmetry tool, you can see it's happening at both sides. So now when I go back into my edit mode, I can see I have my handbag with the strap and the 4 flower designs on the outside. So now I'm ready to save my creation. So back into edit mode, this toolbar will open up the right hand side toolbar here, and then I can select to save my design. So let's give my design a name. Give it a tick. Now when I go back into my gallery, I now have my bag. My creation has been saved. So I now need to get my creation from the iPad into a PowerPoint presentation when I'm collating all my learning from this activity. So I'm going to click the envelope icon at the bottom. I'm going to select Teams along the top. I'm going to search for the team that I want to save my design to. And I'm going to put this into STEM. This is my channel in my Susan Say team site. And then I'm simply going to click send. So let's open up Teams on my computer. So let's find the team site, STEM channel on the left hand side, Quant bag. Let's click the menu and download. Once the download is complete, you do have to unzip the package before you can upload it into your PowerPoint. So now I'm going to go into my PowerPoint. I've got a new slide in here. I'm going to select Insert 3D Model from this device. My bag went into my downloads. I've unzipped it, so now I can select it and insert into my slide. Let's put it up the right way, and then I can use the object handles to make it bigger. I can also go into animations along the top, and I can select some of the animations. This one here is called Turntable. I can alter the speed and the duration at the right hand side. So now when I go into present mode, I've got my 3D creation of the Mary Quant handbag that's rotating on my presentation so I can share my creation with my end users, my audience.